Hello Chatbox out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my week so far. So that's my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. On my Monday I got up, had a nice fresh shower, got changed, had some breakfast, listened to a bit of music, posted a few TikToks, watched some YouTube videos. My dad, older brother, sister and younger brother had to work and my mum was asleep, and then I said goodbye to my mum, locked up, and I went off for a nice walk and went off to Coffee Wine and treated myself to a bit of Victoria sponge cake and a caramel frappe, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. I love Coffee Wine. I love their Victoria sponge cakes. Was a little bit dry, which is a bit gutting, but other than that, it was lovely. Had a really nice caramel frappe, and then I saw one of my brother and sister's colleagues, so we went over, and I was a little bit hesitant because I was like, I didn't want it to be a complete stranger, and me just pop over to this complete random, like, you alright? But it was her, thank God, and I just had a nice chat with her. I then went and had a look around the charge shops, and it was a quite nice sunny day. Rained a bit, so I did get a little bit wet, but other than that it was quite good, and I didn't find anything in the charge shops unfortunately, and I went to go to Jules Flowers, which is my favourite little flower shop which I love going into, but that is not open on Mondays. So instead I just went to my town's garden centre. We have one which is quite far out, which is a bit of a way to walk, which I have done before, but the other one is right in the high street, so I just went into that one, where one of the lads I went to school with and was quite good mates with now works there. And we're still quite good mates, but we kind of drifted apart. As you know, friendships do tend to fade, unfortunately. But we just had a really nice chat, and I pop in there sometimes and see him in there, so we normally always have a nice chat. And yeah, it was really good, and I got some flash stats from there, and I'm going to show you guys those now. Lovely flash nuts from there. I just was just taking so many photos. There's so many lovely photos, and I was just on going and taking lots of lovely photos, and was just having a nice chat with one of the colleagues there. And I then went and got myself some lunch. I think I got, did I get some? Yeah, I got something to eat and sat on the bench and had that, and then continued on with my walk and got some more flash that I'm going to show you guys now. I then made my way down to go to my grandpa's house, because you can now go into other people's houses and go into pubs and restaurants. So happy! It was my last day before going back to work, so my last day of freedom. So I was just doing lots of things to try get everything in before I get back to work. So go to the charge shops, treat myself to coffee run, and then popping in to see my grandparents. And I popped in and saw them, and my grandma kindly made me a sandwich, had a cup of tea and a hot cross bun. Love hot cross buns. I mean, who doesn't love a hot cross bun? And then we watched a bit of Bargain Hunt, and we were just having a nice catch up. And just as I got there, it was drizzling, and I was like, oh gosh, and it went all really dark. And I was like, please do not rain on me. I do not have a coat, as it was sunny when I went out, and had been spitting a bit when I was in the garden centre, but it stopped and got really sunny again. So I was like, phew, maybe I've missed it. Wongo, I got to my grandparents' house, and just as I got to my grandparents' house, the heavens opened and it just lashed it down. I just wouldn't stop. So I stayed there for a bit, and then the sun came out again, and I got back home. I then watched Aussie 6, wrote a bit of my journal, My older brother was back from being at work, and young brother too. And then I got myself an ice cream from the ice cream man. And then my dad was back from being at work, and for tea we had chicken curry. And I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. I love chicken curry so much. I had that, didn't have tidy away. I then was watching the UK soaps and finished writing my journal for the day. I then put that away, and then I was just watching the UK soaps and some Barn and Fanfords and watched a bit of Butter Farm past there. I then went off to bed, and then the next day it was my first shift back to work, and I was so nervous. And I got up nice and early. I got showered and changed, got into my uniform, and it felt so weird being back in my uniform for the first time in 8 months. And I got a nice little selfie, posted it onto my socials saying hashtag back to work, hashtag work selfie, and lots of people liked that and was wishing me luck, and it was really sweet of them. And my dad and older brother, sister, and younger brother at work and younger sisters at uni, and my mum dropped me up to work, and I literally was shaking. I was so nervous, and I got into work and had to learn the new table layout from outside, and we have a few new things that we do now. So I got shown those. I only made one or two mistakes, but I mean, bound to happen. I was off for 8 months, so it's not I'm just going to go back in and be amazing and not make any mistakes. And I was kicking myself a bit, but as the day went on, and I kind of got more confident and kind of relaxed a bit because I was so anxious, it got a lot easier and a lot better. And I was working with one of the new colleagues, and she's absolutely lovely, and we're getting on really well. And yeah, I did 9 a.m. till 3 in the afternoon, and I was doing a bit of everything really, here, there, and everywhere. And then I finished at 3, and I was just so happy to have made it through my first part of a shift. Not just one shift, I have a split shift, so I was back again. And so I then went off on the charge shops. I then went into Jules Flowers, which is open on Tuesdays, and had a nice chat with her and saw one of my family friends who asked about the family whose son used to play rugby with my older brother. So it was really nice to see her, and she also used to be an LSA in the SAN department at my secondary school. So I had a really nice chat with her, and then got some nice flash stats that I'm going to show you guys now. There was one flash snap, which is a yellow rose that was had gold like glitter on, which was done for someone's golden wedding anniversary, and there was leftover ones, and they're just so beautiful. I then went off to Greg's and got myself a pasty and apple juice. None of the cakes really took my fancy. I went to Co-op to go get myself a cinnamon swirl from there, but they were all out, which is gutting, and saw one of my old colleagues who now works there, and had a nice chat with him. I was saying how my work shift went. I then went off to the Bristol Coffee place around the corner, where another one of my colleagues, actually two of my colleagues, now work, and one of them, who's friends with my older sister and plays rugby with her, who I go and walk to Corridor and garden centre trips with, was in there. So she gave me a big hug and was like, the first time you can also do that, you can now hug people again. And was like, how do you do? How was it? So I said how it went and how I made a few mistakes, and she was like, that's bound to happen. And she's like, I'm really proud of you. and it was just so sweet. And hopefully going to go to Thornbury's Castle Gardens once the weather gets better, because the weather has been so crap. It's supposed to be raining for the next 2 weeks, but hopefully we have a few nice like sunshiny bits in between. And yeah, typical. Last year when we were not done, it was so sunny, and we were all tanning, loving the sunshine. Now we're out of lockdown and we can finally go out again and socialise and do things, and the weather is absolutely crap. That's typical English weather for you. I then made my way back home, and I got back and my dad was getting my mum's hospital bag ready, and she was having to go in to have some tests done because she's had this bad back body ache thing and breathlessness thing for a while. So he took her off to go to hospital. My older brother was then back from work and asking me how my work day, first day back to work went. He then went off to the gym, and I then had my Greg's lunch, just had a pasty and apple juice, got changed out of my work clothes, put them on a banister, ready to go back to work in the evening. I was then watching the Aussie soaps, writing a bit with my journal. My dad was then back from taking my run to get some tests done from the hospital, and then I got back into my work uniform and got ready to get back to work. My dad dropped me back up to work, and I did 6 till 8. I was supposed to do 6 to 10:30, but it was really quiet, so I got to go home early, which was good. And I got back, and my older sister and her boyfriend were over, and they'd had tea, they had fajitas and nachos. I just had a bowl of nachos as I wasn't really feeling in the mood for having some fajitas. And then I watched the UK soaps. I didn't watch the UK soaps actually. My older sister and her boyfriend went home. I was gonna watch the UK soaps, but I was so tired that I just went to bed straight away. I didn't even finish my journal, which I normally do before I go to bed. And then I got up for my Wednesday, and I have a split shift this evening. And my dad, older brother, sister, and younger brother at work, and younger sister is at uni. My mum got back from hospital about 1 in the morning, so she was asleep still. And I watched the Aussie soaps, and I watched the UK soaps from yesterday, and finished watching a bit of one of the Aussie soaps. I think it was Home and Away, as I had to quickly stop that and get to work. And then I tidied up the kitchen like Cinderella I am, and then I had some toast and a cup of tea, and wrote a bit of my journal for today, and was listening to a bit of music. I then sorted up my Blue Top Dolls out and got some Blue Top Doll photography days and posted these onto my social media. And then my dad got back from work and he's gone off to bed. And then my mum was up and she told me how she's got angina. It's like cramps but for the heart instead of the legs. And so she's got some tablets that she needs to get from a doctor's surgery later on today, and also has some spray that she takes when her angina's bad. Hopefully, all being well, as she's now losing weight and getting into shape, hopefully with that, it should ease and her heart should be better, and she won't have angina anymore. But who knows? We just have to see where it takes us. But it's good that we now know why her body was aching and why she was so breathlessness. And I then got myself ready and went off for a walk, and it had been raining, so I waited till it stopped, and the sunshine came out, and I got some nice flash ups that I'm going to show you guys now. I then got myself some lunch from One Stop. I got myself some chicken bacon stuffing wraps, sandwiches. I think they were sandwiches, some kind of bread. Well, they not, no, not wraps. They were just sandwiches. I was going to get some chicken Caesar wraps, but they had none. Got myself some Fanta, and then got some of the Haibo Star Mix like sweets, and put those in a little tub and put them away so I can like have a few, not eat them all at once, as I'm trying to be good, trying, emphasize on trying. And then I got back, had my sandwiches, wrote a bit of my journal, listened to a bit of music, and just as I got back, it went really cloudy and dark, and I was like, what's that noise? And I looked out and it was hailing, and yeah, this weather is just so crazy. And I am now off to go and watch today's Aussie soaps, and then just chill until I have my evening shift tonight. And yeah, I hope you guys have all had a lovely week so far. I've had such a great time being back to work and just getting back to a bit of normality. And yeah, I will see you with a new vlog very soon. Bye.